A massive explosion incinerates a platinum-level boss, marking a violent end to another intense encounter. With the monster defeated, the party celebrates their latest high-tier victory as the smoke clears from the battlefield. However, the return of peace brings an unexpected sense of melancholy, leaving one warrior feeling strangely lonely. Seeing through her, the redhead teases that this sadness is actually just a longing for the Shadow Master. The blue-haired warrior openly admits her ambition to stay close to the Shadow Master, hoping his influence will bring her better equipment and status. Her teammates counter that the Shadow Master's absence is actually a good thing, as it proves their territory has finally become stable and self-sufficient. Despite their logic, she remains lost in her own world, unable to shake the feeling that she still wants their mysterious benefactor to return. But the peaceful debate is instantly shattered when a massive explosion rocks the horizon, signaling that their period of safety has come to a violent end. A violent surge of red energy suddenly tears through the city center, erupting directly from the resurrection point and catching the entire party off guard. As the sky turns a blood-red hue, a panicked scout alerts Captain and Yu to a catastrophic emergency that is rapidly unfolding in the heart of the ruins. The weight of the situation hits home when they realize an epic tier boss has manifested, a level of power that far exceeds any previous encounter. Before they can even react, jagged bolts of blue lightning shatter the skyline, signaling the arrival of a force that threatens to level the entire city. Debris rains down as a massive surge of dark energy consumes the area, signaling the arrival of a truly terrifying presence. From within a swirling crimson vortex, a winged silhouette slowly descends, casting an ominous shadow over the entire battlefield. The entity reveals itself as the Deathwing Angel, a level 35 epic tier boss and the vengeful guardian of the city's restless dead. Faced with this overwhelming power, the party members immediately rally together, bracing behind a protective blue aura as the ultimate fight for survival begins. The sudden arrival of the Deathwing Angel leaves the onlookers in a state of pure shock, as they struggle to comprehend why an epic-level boss has manifested in the middle of their city. This confusion is met with immediate terror when a massive red energy pulse tears through the sky, signaling the start of a brutal and one-sided slaughter. Despair sets in as the survivors realize they are trapped at the city's respawn point, facing a horrific cycle of endless death without any guild protection to save them. Realizing that not even the official authorities have the power to stop such a monster, the panic-stricken crowd abandons all hope and begins a desperate flight for their lives. Total hopelessness grips the city as the survivors realize that escape is impossible, trapped beneath the wings of a monster they cannot outrun. As the sky bleeds red, many begin to fear that they are witnessing the literal end of their world, with no salvation in sight. The sheer scale of the destruction confirms the terrifying magnitude of this epic tier threat, leaving the city in ruins and the people in shock. Breaking through the paralysis of fear, one survivor urgently orders the others to stop standing around and find their only hope, the Shadow Master. Word reaches the Shadow Master that the Deathwing Angel has gone on a berserk rampage through the city ruins, threatening to wipe out every living soul unless he intervenes immediately. Recognizing the gravity of the crisis, the leader wastes no time and activates a massive war teleportation to bridge the gap between his hideout and the front lines. Upon arrival, the Shadow Master is struck by how unnatural the situation is, noting that a creature of this magnitude should never have emerged from its deep underground lair to the surface. This unprecedented event signals a terrifying shift in the world's order, as an epic tier boss appearing at this early stage of the game defies all logic and shouldn't even be possible. Amidst the swirling red slashes and the relentless storm of destruction, the battlefield remains a chaotic zone of lethal energy. The Shadow Master suddenly appears through the wreckage, calmly instructing his companion to prepare for the counterstrike that is about to unfold. With total composure, he reaches into a shimmering blue portal, tapping into a hidden arsenal to meet the overwhelming threat head-on. As the energy crackles around his fingertips, he begins to draw his power, ready to step out and finally put an end to the boss's rampage. Stepping through the void, the Shadow Master finally locates the long-lost sanctuary he's been searching for. He uncovers a chamber tucked deep inside a downtown statue, a hidden layer of the city that had remained undiscovered by everyone else. The room is filled with mysterious stones inscribed in a divine language, hanging like relics from a forgotten age. He realizes that activating these sacred markers in a very specific order is the only way to unlock the true power hidden within the room. A young woman stumbles into the hidden chamber, her accidental fall bringing her face to face with the ancient, inscribed stones. Despite the pain of the fall, she realizes that activating these relics in a specific sequence is the only way to unseal the epic boss trapped within the statue. The weight of the task sets in as she desperately tries to recall the complex order required to trigger the ancient mechanism. Drawing on her memories of Qin Feng's previous actions, she begins to retrace his exact steps to finally unlock the seal and release the sleeping power. Following a complex pattern from a past life, the girl begins activating the glowing stones with unnatural precision and confidence. She is struck by how vivid these ancient memories remain, feeling as though time itself has preserved this knowledge specifically for this moment. Emboldened by her success, she begins to believe that even the gods are conspiring to aid her in her quest for justice. With the path finally clear, she vows to eliminate the shadow and reclaim the legacy that was rightfully stolen from her. As she continues the ritual, she reflects on her past life with Qin Feng, recalling a time when he acted as her devoted protector and provider. However, the warmth of those memories is quickly replaced by the cold reality of her current life, where she feels he cruelly left her to fend for herself. Fueled by her affection for Song Fei and a growing sense of resentment, she begins to justify her betrayal as a response to Qin Feng's perceived neglect. With a final surge of anger, she resolves to prove her independence, determined to reach the top of this world without ever needing his help again. Embracing a newfound sense of self, she rejects every label and expectation that once held her back in her previous life,